Hey YouTube land, this is Tychondrus doing another action figure review. Now this is a multi-figure review for more the Jurassic World, the Mattel Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom line, and with the exception of one of the Jurassic World Legacy Collection line figures, which is the Raptor. Because three of these are Raptors, I decided to do them all together, and then I have the Dilophosaurus, which is kind of one of my favorite dinosaurs that was in Jurassic Park, and they kind of brought her back again for the Lost World in hologram form. But hopefully we might get to see them again in the new movie. Who knows? It hasn't come out yet, so well, at the time of this recording it hasn't come out yet anyway. So I'm hoping we'll get to see them again. So on to the figures themselves. So all the figures bar the Legacy Collection come on similar packaging. Now these are called the Attack Pack, so these are basically the budget scale dinosaurs for the line. So you got the name, you got Owen in blue in the corner. This is Attack Pack Velociraptor. Flipping around to the back of the box, there's no image of the dinosaur, it just has the name, a whole bunch of legalese and the app. And they're on these bubble packaging. Same with the Dilophosaurus here, you can see it just has the name of the dinosaur. Same image of Owen. The packaging is designed to look like a container crate, or like a transport crate for the dinosaurs. And same with the blue. Blue's one just says blue. Unfortunately there's sticker residue from where the price sticker was on these, so I'm not intending on selling them anytime soon, so it doesn't make any difference to me. In fact, I generally won't be keeping the boxes anyway for these, so it makes no difference. And then the only difference for the Velociraptor from the Legacy Collection is in this open style window boxing. So just so I can show him, or her, sorry, in her packaging, she stands like, oh, we'll just bring it down into focus. She stands like this in the packaging. So as you can see, there's only the two straps holding her in. Once you have those cut away, you can actually open her up. I don't think there's anything else in the packaging for her, like dino gear or anything like that. Some of the dinosaurs have capture gear. I know the T-Rex, which is supposed to be the baby T-Rex from or juvenile T-Rex from Lost World, which is part of this line. In fact, if I flip it around the back of the box for this one as well, you can just see that it has a feature, leap feature is what it is. And this dinosaur is actually, this particular sculpted dinosaur is reused and repainted as blue for the Owen and Blue 2-pack. So it's the exact same dinosaur, but painted in this colour scheme. But I suppose it is a way of Mattel saving costs on the moulding, but it is a very nice mould, and I'll get into that in a minute. And as I said, the only other dinosaur I got, which isn't a raptor, is this guy, which is the Dilophosaurus. So I'll review him first, because the raptors are pretty straightforward. They're very similar. So just like the other dinosaurs, this is one of the budget ones. The Legacy Collection one isn't generally intended to be a budget dinosaur, but it is the same price. It's $12.99. So, well, at least over here they're $12.99. So you have the frill feature of this, the Dilophosaurus. So it just folds back and folds out. I kind of wish they had gone with the way the old Kenner one was for the electronic Dilophosaur, where you could pull the whole thing off and push it back on as a kind of separate piece. I could see myself buying another one of these and just cutting off the frill to have one without the frill extended. But as it stands, the frill is actually really cool. And it does come with this spit piece, which is separate, and you just plug it into the mouth. So you can emulate it spitting the venom. Now, jaw isn't articulated on it. It doesn't have anything in the neck or head for articulation. It does have articulation in the arms. Now, with the budget ones, they have just standard kind of swivel joints. In some of the other ones, like the Dino Damage Battlers and the even the Legacy Collection ones, they actually have ball hinges for some of the joints. Now, one downside of this guy, I'm not sure if my camera will pick it up. Let's see if we can zoom in on it. Is he has paint, his paint app for his eyes on at least on the left hand side is all over the place. If I flip him around, or her around, they are supposedly all female, so if I flip her around, you can see the eye is actually painted on the pupil, whereas this one, whoever painted, or whatever way it was painted, machine painted, the actual paint was sloppy and went off center, and the eye is actually back here, and the pupil is back here, but the eye paint is actually in front of it. And because the way it's packaged in the box, it's packaged this way in the box, I didn't see it until after I picked it up and brought it home, and I'm just too lazy to go back and exchange it for. It doesn't bother me too much, but it's just something to note. So, and I'm too lazy to go back and exchange it. I'll probably just paint it up myself anyway. I'm not too bad with customizing stuff, so I can just repaint the eye, fix it up, and do it myself. But for other people that might want, perfect figures, it's just something to watch out for. So on to the Raptors. Now the blue and this green one are the budget Raptors. They're different sculpts. As far as I know, there's 3 sculpts in the budget line for the different types of Raptor. So you have this really crouching one, which has an articulating jaw, swivel arms, which can go pretty much 360. You got the legs. Now the legs are kind of in that kind of crouch pose, so if you put them in any other pose, it just looks weird and like the dinosaur is dead or something. You can kind of get it to go up, but because the tail doesn't have any real articulation in it, you can't really get it to do much other than the crouching pose that it comes in, which isn't too big a deal breaker for me. I don't mind it. Some people might, but the blue, blue herself is kind of similar, but you can get a little bit more posing out of her. You can actually kind of position the legs so she's crouching down. Same idea, legs are just on swivels, and so are the arms. She has the articulating jaw. The head sculpt, or the paint apps and sculpt, are very nice on these, even for budget figures. I think these retail about $8 or $7 in the States. They're $12 over here, so take that what you will. They're not $12 over here though, 12 euros. So it is much for much, even though 12 or 7 or $8 in the States, it'd only be about 6 quid over here. But that's the way they import and throw extra prices or extra charges onto everything for importing them. So there you go. She does stand quite nicely. You just have to get the legs positioned where in the right way, and she'll stand quite nicely. Sorry the blurriness. So they are quite nice figures. As I said, they're budget figures, so don't expect a huge range of articulation and positioning out of them. Out of the two, blue is better of the two. She has a bit more, posability to go on with. Like if you start posing the other one's arms and legs around the place, it just goes off balance and just looks wrong because of the way it's positioned or sculpted. And then for the final dinosaur is this one, and this is the one I like the best. I probably might pick up a second one of these, or I might try and get the blue version. And the sculpt on this, just zoom it in, is phenomenal. They did capture a really nice likeness of the Raptors. As you can see, neck is on this kind of ball hinge. You can rotate all the way around, goes up and down. You got the opening jaw. Nothing in the tail. It's a rubbery piece. Arms are on swivels, but have that extra articulation point, so they can go rotate all the way. Well, can't rotate they can rotate 360. Now there's nothing in the legs, and there is a reason for that. They are hinged, but they are on the same hinge, so they move together in unison. And the reason for that, you can grab an unsuspecting person over here, which is Owen. So what you do is you leap the raptor at people like that by basically pushing down on it. So let me showcase that again. Owen, raptor, Owen, and leaps forward and just basically attacks. So, and the stronger you, or the faster you press the leap down, the kind of higher it jumps, because it's spring activated. But as I said, it's really cool. I don't mind the fact that the legs don't articulate, because it has kind of cool feature. Let me see if we can do that again. Might have been a bit blurry there. So you can basically just spring attack the raptor at people, which is really, really cool, really fun. It is gimmicky, it is a bit childish, but it is quite a fun feature. I mean, they do that in the movie. They do that kind of leap attack in the movie with their claws, so it does stand to reason. So, just for comparisons, I do have a few comparison figures. So, I mainly got this figure because it reminds me a lot of this old Kenner version, which is in a very similar pose. In fact, I just put him behind. Very similar pose. This was the Cyclops Raptor from, I think it was Lost World. It was released in originally. So it basically had this gimmick where you just moved the tail and the head moved. And you can see the eye is whited out on one side because it's supposed to be scarred and blinded on one side, hence the nickname Cyclops Raptor. And it has a lot of scarring and battle damage on it. Then for the other Raptor, this is my original. This is the old Kenner, 90s Kenner Raptor, which I've had since I've been a teenager. So it's a really cool figure, and it reminds me a lot of the new Legacy one. Colors are different, but it's kind of supposed to emulate that kind of style Raptor. Even though I think these are supposed to be more Lost World ones. And then for Blue, the only other version of Blue I have, just move them out of the way. There is this version of Blue. This is the new one, and this is the old one. This is the old Hasbro one, which is like a Bashers and Biter style one, where you move down the tail and the dinosaur opens its mouth and stuff. This is the one that came with Owen on the motorcycle, which is the Owen that I kept throwing the Raptor at. But if I flip him around, or flip her around, you see this is the dinosaur that has a ton of screws all over it, just like the all the dinosaurs in the Hasbro Jurassic World, or the Hasbro Jurassic World waves. So riddled with screws, which ticked a lot of people off in a kind of really hard to balance position. The Raptors that Mattel have released have kind of bigger feet, and the reason for that is because basically these ones fall over a lot and you can't really get them to stand, whereas at least with the bigger feet on the other ones they will kind of stand. So there you go guys, video review for some of the dinosaurs from the Jurassic World line. Hope you enjoy my reviews. As I say in my reviews, please feel free to like, comment and subscribe to my videos, and I hope you enjoyed the review. Cheers!